This podcast is sponsored by The Generational Algorithm by Francisco Castillo. Discover how to rewrite the emotional code passed down through generations and transform your life. Get your copy today on Amazon at the link in the description.
How community services can prevent multigenerational trauma. Learn how community services play a vital role in preventing family trauma and breaking cycles of inherited pain for healthier future generations. Breaking the cycle. Preventing generational trauma through community services. You ever notice how some struggles seem to echo through families? It's like one generation goes through something tough, and then those challenges kind of ripple down, affecting the kids, grandkids, and sometimes even beyond. That's what we're talking about when we mention intergenerational trauma, ancestral trauma, or family trauma, all those terms that point to pain and hardship passed down through the years. Now think about community services, schools, health clinics, social programs, local nonprofits, and how they have this unique chance to really make a difference. I mean, they're on the front lines, working with people who might be caught up in these cycles without even realizing it. So the question becomes, how do we stop inherited trauma from controlling more lives? First off, it's important to understand that transgenerational trauma isn't just about remembering what happened. It's stored in behaviors, emotions, and sometimes even biology. Multigenerational trauma can affect how someone copes, relates to others, and even their physical health. That's why simply treating someone's immediate problems won't always cut it. The root can go way back. Good community services recognize this complex dynamic. They go beyond handing out resources and dipping toes in a reactive approach. Instead, they aim for prevention and healing at a deeper level. Here's how this looks in practice. Trauma-informed care. Programs designed to understand trauma's effects and avoid re-traumatizing those they serve. Staff training is key. Everyone from caseworkers to volunteers needs a deep awareness of how family trauma can influence people's responses and needs. Safe spaces for sharing. Offering opportunities for people to share their stories, experiences, and feelings without judgment. This validates their pain and helps break the silence that often surrounds transgenerational trauma. Cultural understanding and inclusion. Acknowledging the importance of ancestral trauma, especially in communities with histories of colonization, war, or systemic oppression. Incorporating tradition and culture into healing processes respects identities and builds connection. Education and workshops. Teaching families about how inherited trauma works and how they can change patterns. Awareness is empowering. People often don't know their struggles might be linked to something generational until it's brought to light thoughtfully. Holistic support. Beyond the psychological, community services often add elements like nutrition, exercise, creative arts, and mindfulness, all of which can gradually help ease anxiety, depression, and other trauma-related symptoms. One resource that's been gaining attention lately is the generational algorithm. It's a powerful approach that shows how individuals and communities can intentionally rewrite emotional patterns passed down through generations. The book blends science and compassionate storytelling to guide readers in breaking free from inherited trauma cycles. If you're curious about practical, hopeful steps toward change, I'd definitely recommend checking it out. You can buy now on Amazon and start exploring these ideas today. So, why does all this matter for community services? Because they can be the place where these generational wounds begin to heal. By integrating trauma-informed practices and focusing on prevention, communities empower themselves and future generations. This isn't just about dealing with what's broken. It's about creating something stronger and more resilient from the ground up. If you work in community programs or just want to play a part in your neighborhood's well-being, think of your role as part of a bigger story. Helping people recognize transgenerational trauma and supporting them to rewrite those stories can make a lasting impact. The effects ripple outwards: better mental health, stronger family relationships, and a community that can face challenges with more hope and trust. In today's world, awareness about multigenerational trauma is growing, but the work is far from finished. Community services are powerful platforms for change, combining empathy with action. By tackling the cycles of inherited trauma head-on, they hold the key to a healthier future for countless families. So next time you hear about family trauma or ancestral trauma, remember, it's not a fate set in stone. And with the right tools, knowledge, and care, communities can break those chains. Thanks for listening, and if this topic spoke to you, don't forget to explore the generational algorithm to dive deeper into how we can rewrite our emotional histories. Buy it now on Amazon and start being part of that healing story.